As you may have seen, gentlemen, the Fest Archive banner is currently being held, but are they worth pulling? I would say yes, but the reason I am making this is to answer what might be on your thoughts or mind regarding the old Fest banner. So this is going to be a quick video to answer that. The first Fest Archived student is Wakamo. Wakamo used to be the main Mystic DPS, but if you have a question such as, can I just use Biaris instead of Wakamo as my main Mystic DPS instead? Apparently yes. If you have that thought, then you probably do not need Wakamo, as Biaris is a better Mystic DPS for most Mystic content. So yes, you can skip Wakamo for Biaris. Second is Hoshino. She is currently the main supporter for explosive content and is, for some reason, irreplaceable. Skipping and not having her is really not ideal for light armored content, and once again, there is no cheap solution to replace Hoshino. So the only one worth pulling is Hoshino, or borrow for aids I suppose. Third is Mika. If you have a thought, can I just use Yuneru and skip Mika? I would say that is acceptable in most cases. Mika is quite difficult to use if you do not bring a supporter with X skill cost reduction. But what if you do not have Yuneru either? Should you get Mika? Yes, however, you will need to hear my thoughts first. Now, let us make a conclusion. Yes, you can skip Wakamo if you prefer to use Biaris for any Mystic content and use her as your main Mystic DPS. She should work just fine. Maybe you can skip Mika if you prefer to use Yuneru for piercing content, due to the X skill cost she requires being high, especially if you do not have a supporter with X skill cost reduction. However, if you do not have Yuneru either, then you probably need to get Mika as your main piercing DPS. The only flaw you need to consider about her is her X skill cost. It is almost impossible to replace Hoshino's position, as she is currently the best explosive supporter, and there is no cheap solution to replace her if you decide to skip this Fest Archive banner, unless you do not bother with raid content and prefer to pull on the 5th anniversary Fest banner instead. I would say that is fine, because waiting for them to rerun will take longer. Surely, you do not want to wait around 18 months for a rerun. So what is my recommendation here? It is simple, you skip the Fest Archive for the 5th Fest banner, as their rerun will take a longer time. I have a strong belief that the Fest Archive will most likely return in 6 to 12 months, adding more old Fest units to be archived, while waiting for the 5th Fest banner to return is expected to take much longer. Which is not worth sacrificing your pulls that are meant for the 5th Fest students just to get the Fest Archived students. Keep in mind, the Fest Archived students will not appear on the next Fest banner. These 3 are only available here and will not appear as off-rate pulls on future Fest banners, but these Fest Archive banner will return with more Fest student to be added soon. Unless you are metal-hearted, that turning yourself into a clueless working gear, and still comes up with a solid plan. If that works for you, then go for it. But for me, who does not have these Fest Archived students and wants them, I would choose the 5th Fest first, because again, the waiting time for their run is too long, and that should be all. As always, Godspeed.